it's me again, Andy, and this is side 2. Now, do you know who we're going to meet? I'll give you a clue. She lives in the land of Narnia. She doesn't like children, and the only way you can meet her is to go through a magical wardrobe. Hey, look out! Here she comes.
And what, pray, are you?
My name's Edmund.
Is that how you address a queen?
I beg your pardon, Your Majesty. I didn't know.
Not know the Queen of Narnia? Ah! You shall know us better hereafter. But I repeat, what are you?
Please, Your Majesty, I don't know what you mean. I'm at school. At least I was.
But what are you? Are you an overgrown dwarf that has cut off its beard?
No, Your Majesty. I never had a beard. I'm a boy.
A boy? Do you mean you are a son of Adam? What they call a human?
Of course I am, Your Majesty.
And how, pray, did you come to enter my dominions?
Please, Your Majesty, I came in through a wardrobe.
A wardrobe? What do you mean?
I opened the door and just found myself here, Your Majesty.
Ah, the door from the world of men. This may wreck all. But he is only one, and easily dealt with. My poor child, how cold you look. Come and sit with me here on the sledge, and I will put my cloak round you, and we will talk.
Yes, Your Majesty.
There, that's better. Perhaps you would like something hot to drink.
Yes, please, Your Majesty.
Very well.
But how?
With this, one drop of liquid from this bottle dropped upon the snow, and your hot drink. Pass it to him, dwarf.
Yes, Your Majesty. At once, Your Majesty. Here you are, son of Adam.
Thank you.
Is that good?
I've never tasted anything like it. It's so sweet and foamy and creamy. It's warming me right down to my toes.
Good. But it is dull to drink without eating, son of Adam. What would you like best to eat?
Turkish Delight, please, Your Majesty.
Very well. Another drop, and the very best Turkish Delight.
Gosh, I've never seen such a big box.
Dwarf, undo the ribbons and open the box for him.
Certainly, Your Majesty. Here you are, boy.
Go on, try it.
Oh, don't mind if I do. Oh, the White Witch. Oh, she's gone. And so was all that Turkish Delight. Oh, well. That was, of course, part of the wonderful story, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Time to go back through the magical wardrobe door and see what awaits us on the other side. I recognise this wood. I've seen it on children's BBC. It's home to a host of marvellous creatures. Mole, weasel, adder, toad, owl and badger, the animals of Farthing Wood, who under the leadership of Fox made a long and dangerous journey.
We dragged Moley out from the mud, a mouthful of worms as usual, and off we went. Well, the day was wearing on. I saw the evening star in the sky, and it was time to halt. I told everybody to take a rest, to give the stragglers a chance to catch up, and maybe eat a little bit of something at the same time. Moley didn't need telling twice. He dived straight back into the mud looking for worms. Greedy little beggar. And it was after that Weasel...
I smelt something nasty. I smelt smoke. I smelt burning. I smelt fire. And I yelled and yelled, fire, fire. There was a red glow in the sky. Badger said it was a sunset, but I knew it wasn't. I knew. I wanted to run. Run. We all did. We were scared.
So was I. And Kestrel confirmed what Weasel had guessed. She could see the flames from up in the air. Every instinct told me to run. But I couldn't. I had to see everybody else was all right first. So I ordered them to stay put. And I looked to see who was there and who wasn't. The mice and the voles weren't too far behind. We could hear them squeaking. But Adder was missing. And Toad. Toad was our guide. We were lost without him.
Where was he?
Where indeed? And will Fox be able to lead the animals of Farthing Wood to safety without Toad's help? Well, all right, I'll tell you. The animals do get out, but not before they have many exciting adventures. Well, we seem to be out of the woods all right. Oh, and it looks as if it's going to rain. Oh no, I'm going to make for that old barn over there. Hello, there's someone already here. Oh, it's just a boy. Just a boy, did I say? It's just the funniest boy ever. It's just William and his gang, Ginger, Douglas and Henry, the outlaws. They seem to be talking about starting a newspaper. Let's listen into their plans.
Now we've got to write news, said William cheerfully, producing paper and pencil from one of the damp packing cases that furnished the old barn. But there isn't any news, objected Henry. Nothing's happened except rain. We'll say it's been raining then, said Douglas encouragingly. You can't fill a newspaper with saying it's raining, said Henry. Newspapers don't only say news, contributed Ginger, with an air of deep wisdom. They sort of write about things they don't like and about people doing things they don't like. William brightened. We could easily do that, he said. Let's all start writing about people doing things we don't like and start now, straight off. The outlaws signified their assent. There was silence, broken only by the sound of the rain dripping on and through the roof of the old barn, and the groans of the outlaws in mental travail. Then suddenly, through the silence, came a shrill voice.
Hello, William, darling.
William looked up with a groan. Violet Elizabeth Bott, gumbooted, mackintoshed, sou'westered, stood smiling happily in the doorway. Violet Elizabeth was a maiden of 6 years with a lisp, an angelic face, and a will of iron. William dreaded and respected Violet Elizabeth Bott.
I made them let me come,
She explained.
I wanted to find you all and play with you, so I screamed and screamed and screamed till they let me.
She beamed around triumphantly.
What you doing?
We're writing a newspaper, and we don't want girls, said William firmly.
But I want to write a newspaper too.
William scowled. Well, you're not going to, he said. Violet Elizabeth's blue eyes filled with tears. That was her first weapon.
I can write too, I can,
She said plaintively.
I can write newspapers too, I can. I'm a good writer, I am. I can spell too, I can.
Well, you're not going to spell here, mimicked William heartlessly. Violet Elizabeth dried her tears. She saw that they were useless, and she did not believe in wasting her effects.
All right,
She said calmly.
I'll scream then. I'll scream and scream and scream till I'm sick.
More than once William had seen the small but redoubtable lady fulfill this threat quite literally. He watched her with fearsome awe. Violet Elizabeth opened her small mouth. It's all right, said William brokenly. Come on, write if you want to.
She's not following us, is she? Oh, phew. I thought for one awful moment we were going to have to listen to Violet Elizabeth scream and scream and scream. What? No, that's not Violet Elizabeth. It's a scream train. Sorry, it's a steam train. I can just make it out through the smoke in the distance. And there's a railway station. It's a very old station. And there are 3 children dressed in really old-fashioned clothes.
What's that noise? That's the signal box. And this is the station platform. Here's the porter's room. Do you suppose that man is the porter? He couldn't be. He's fast asleep.
He's wearing a uniform and his cap says porter.
That looks funny with his mouth wide open. Here he comes. How do you do?
Oh, how do you do? Off to Maidbridge. Fear not, the 11:54 is only 7 minutes late.
Oh, we're not going anywhere. We live here. The railway is our nearest neighbour.
So you're the folks what rented the little white house by the embankment.
The 3 chimneys. That's us.
And you've come down to survey our operations. Well, I don't blame you. There's always something happening on the railway.
May I ask you a technical question?
Fire away.
You know that great pile of coal by the wall of the station house?
I know it well.
Why does the coal have a white mark?
To mark how much coal there be. So we'll know if anyone nicks it. Now, you'll have to excuse me.
train. But maybe these trains from London, my father is. Roasty Phil, first one home gets the last of the apple pie.
They were, of course, the railway children. That's a really exciting story, especially the bit where the boy's lying injured in the train tunnel. But no, I won't spoil it for you, because now I want to take you on a really funny train ride. Yes, that kind of funny train ride. It's a ghost train, and I'm afraid you'll have to share your car with the two very nervous police officers. Here's Victoria Wood to tell us more.
The eerie laughter rang out in the ghost train as the coach containing Constables Barncastle and Woolley rattled into the pitch-black darkness. "Ah, Mother!" yelled Barry Barncastle as something spidery brushed across his face. "Get off me, Barry!" chortled Norman Woolley as the coach took a sudden turn to the right, and he found himself thrown into a corner with his companion wedged up tight beside him. Red, green, then orange lights flashed up ahead of them, and Constable Barncastle tried to shift his weight across the seat and back into the upright position he had been in when the ride had begun. Again the spooky laughter echoed in the darkness, and the two policemen clung onto the coach's safety rail with all four of their hands. They grabbed at each other as the grinning skeleton rattled its bones, shot upwards and disappeared somewhere over their heads. "Flippin' hummus!" gasped Constable Barncastle. "Flippin' echoes!" groaned Constable Woolley. A red-faced, two-horned, grinning devil lunged at them with its golden trident. "Blimey, O'Reilly!" wailed Woolley. Sobbed Barncastle. Then, as they swept past the grinning devil, which was swallowed up in the tunnel behind them, the policeman gulped with fright as the gruesome mummy loomed up ahead, leaning out of its sarcophagus and waving its rotting bandages in their faces. "No more, no more!" cried Barncastle. "Let me out of here!" shouted Woolley. The ghost train coach raced onwards, still picking up speed as it rattled round one bend after another, and each turn bringing with it a new kind of spooky monster. And now the shrieks and screams of the coach's occupants were mingled with their nervous laughter, for, truth to tell, they were beginning to enjoy being thoroughly frightened. But the ghost train held a secret in store for the two policemen that was to come as a bigger surprise than anything that had gone before.
You want to know what happens next? All right, I'll let you into just a bit of a secret. It concerns one Count Alucard. That's Dracula backwards, a vegetarian vampire. And the story is The Vampire's Holiday. It's a great story, and there are masses of laughs in it. Well, if you take a look at your cassette player, you'll see that there's only a little bit of tape left. And that can mean only one thing, I'm afraid. It's time for me to get back to the broom cupboard. I think I'll walk back. It's not far, and that way I can use my personal stereo and put in this cassette. And listen to all my favourite moments from the BBC Young collection all over again. That's the beauty of having your favourite stories on cassette. You can take them absolutely anywhere you go. I hope you've enjoyed listening to this tape as much as I'm going to now. Right, headphones on, switch on, play. Oh, oh yeah. Sorry, bye-bye, see you later. Oh yes. Oh, I do like it. Oh.